North Lake Paiute Pass parking lot and heading up that way. The idea is to get up to Lamarck Peak ideally, but forecast for smoke to move in later today, so not sure what's gonna happen, but right now it looks fine. So I'm just gonna head on up, and I got my mask, and I need to turn around, I turn around, so we'll see what happens. The sun is coming out and illuminating the mountains to the north of Paiute Pass. Can't remember the name of that one right there, but it's pretty. You can see a little bit of haze, but not too bad. Definitely looks different with smoke. Not looking good so far. That's looking down towards Bishop. I can see the White Mountains in the distance, but it's really smoky and hazy in the valley. But it was kind of like that yesterday morning too, when I went down to the Onion Valley trailhead. It's looking a little bit better where I'm heading, that way towards Lamarck. Just have to wait and see. It's a bummer, that's for sure. I've been tracking this forecast like crazy for the last week, and it changes every day. There's no way to forecast it, so just go as far as I can, and maybe I'll just go to Lamarck Lakes and get some exercise and head on back. I honestly don't know how far I'm going to get today because of this smoke. That's the way it goes. Looking pretty clear the way I'm going, so that's a good sign. I think this is the outlet flow of the lower Lamarck Lake. And just had a little crossing here. Was able to keep my feet dry. That's Mount Thoreau in the middle, about 12,400 something feet. And that's lower Lamarck Lake. Still relatively clear up here. Fingers crossed it stays that way. I'm at the junction up to Lamarck Call to the left, and I think that's the hill I gotta climb, or it might be the one on the left, can't remember. But it's trail all the way, switchbacks. Pretty interesting creek crossing here. It's easy. Only a few rocks move, but I haven't gotten my feet wet yet. But this is right after the junction. That's where I came from. finally over the lip at about 11,450 feet. There's the trail right there. It's always been one of my favorite sections of trail. It's all class 1, it's easy, it just looks challenging. Once you get up, past the lip and you're, above 11,500 feet, it's just a sand slog. I mean, it's not too bad. It's not too sandy, but yeah, I'm working hard to find a good rhythm, which I think I have. I'm at 12,200 feet, and that right there is Wishbone Peak, which looks very doable. I'm kind of tempted just to do it right now, but I don't want to get distracted from my main goal, which is a 13er. That right there is Sky High Peak. Also looks doable, except for that final summit walk. And then up there is Lamarck Col. You can't see it, but I'm going right to that saddle. And then I think that's Peak 13172, give or take, also known as Scoble Peak, I think. Looks harder. Whew, yeah, making good time. And I'm really happy to see Wishbone is, that looks very straightforward, class 1. The other two, might be a little more challenging, but I'm not gonna get distracted. I'm going right for the Col. Lamarck Col, and then over, hopefully, to Lamarck Peak. We'll see. So I'm right below Lamarck Col, and that's Lamarck Col Peak on the left, and the Col is right in the center. I don't see the sign. I remember seeing the sign from here, but maybe it's down. And then right there, coming up on the right, that's Lamarck Peak. I'm looking up at this thinking, maybe I can approach it from this angle. Go right up the middle there, then cut over, then go on the ridgeline. Maybe. And then come down the ridgeline, and that's Sky High right there. Then over there is Peak 13172, Scoble Peak. I'm gonna stop, take a break, and figure out my best line, but smoke is getting better. It's clear up here. The forecast, according to my inReach, says it's gonna be clear the rest of the day here at least. So I got plenty of time. It's only 10:40. Let's see how many I can bag. Okay, so I think I've decided on my plan of attack. I'm gonna go over here, and I'm gonna cut across, get on the ridge line, and get up to Mount Lamarck. At least that's the plan. We'll see what happens when I get higher up. I'm right at 13,000 feet, and so far it hasn't been too bad. Endurance, a little sandy at spots, a little slippery, but not bad. Class 1, maybe class 2. There's Sky High right there. I'm right at about its elevation. Scoble, I think. A little rest area down there. Oh, I'm already at the height of Lamarck Col. Nice. You can see the big mountains behind it. Onward. I got a decision. I can cut across to the ridgeline there, or keep on going straight up, which hasn't been too bad, but it is getting a little steeper. But I mean, it's still very doable. That's probably the steepest way down over there on the ridgeline towards Sky High, which is hiding behind that rock in the middle. Just 100 more feet to go. I'm gonna cut across to the ridgeline right there. The top is over there somewhere. That's looking kind of gnarly. It's been fun, a little tiring, but fun. I ripped my thin pair of gloves. I don't know if they're already ripped, but I'm gonna put the real hiking gloves on, or climbing gloves. Oh, it's kind of gotten warm. Oh man, the views up here, spectacular. No big surprise there. It's such a cool area back here. I think it's my favorite area in the Sierra, actually. Just, you can see so much. Look at that. Ridge after ridge after ridge after ridge. And I could see Agassiz right there in the middle. And Cloud Ripper and Vagabond right there in the middle. On top of Mount Lamarck, 13,430 feet or 340 feet, I can't remember. Whew. Butt kicker, but fun. There's Mount Humphreys, Tom, looking back down onto the Lamarck Lakes, and I can actually see close to where I parked, right in the middle. Bishop. And then over there, whew, all kinds of good stuff. Agassiz, Cloud Ripper, Vagabond, Palisades. I think that's Mendel. Okay, there's 2 other peaks about this I want to go hit. And yeah, it'd be like the west and north peak of Lamarck, so onward. Vegetation at 13,400 feet. Who would have thought? A couple little plants up here. Oh, I love this spot. It's so beautiful. Making the final push up to Lamarck North, which is on the right, even though it looks lower from this angle. Looks very doable. Get up there, bag it, log it, and then head over towards Lamarck West, right there in the middle. Right there. On top of Lamarck Peak North, and it is daunting. I think it's about 13,480 feet, give or take. But that's got to be at least a 2,000 foot drop, if not more. 3,000, that's insane. And I am right on the edge. I mean, if I drop my phone right here, I mean, it's gone. There's Lamarck, or Mount Lamarck proper. I think it's actually lower. I was just on top of that. And I'll be heading over there to Lamarck West. Oh, wasn't too bad getting up here. Little fun class 2 scrambling, but rock was real stable. Just wish I had more time to enjoy the views, but I'm gonna try and bag 3 today, if not more on the way down. I don't want to get too greedy, but I think I can. I think it's gonna be a peak bagging extravaganza. Getting closer to the west summit of Mount Lamarck. The terrain up here is interesting. I've seen this before. You know, it's not hard. It's just you have to zigzag through all these rocks. It's really not a straight line. It just came down from there. That's the North Peak of Lamarck, which actually I think is the highest of the 3. Well, I think I need to be prudent and bail on west peak of Mount Lamarck. There's this move here that I probably could do, but there's a lot of exposure on both sides, and one mistake and that's it. Done. Gone. It's like at least 500 feet down there. So I bagged 2 of the 3.
And I don't know if I could get up. I mean, I think I could. I think I see a line, but it's hard to tell. So, it's okay. I got 2 of them at least. 2 of the peaks. And yeah, it's a beautiful view up here. I think I'm gonna head back the way I came, which is over there. That's Mount Lamarck right there in the center. I came up a little higher. I think I'm gonna go down lower and look gentler. I could go down to Lamarck Col, but I think that'd be harder and unknown. I mean, it's just right down there. So I think I'll go that way. That's Darwin Canyon down there, the Darwin Lakes. Great hiking, except for that talus field after the first one always kicked my butt. And I got Mendel, Darwin, a bunch of other ones in the background. Ski Montagnairs. You can see Agassiz and Cloud Ripper Vagabond, Mount Good. Beautiful up here. You can definitely see the smoke from the Garnet Fire to the west. Fortunately, it's been blowing it more northerly, although it's kind of starting to seep in a little bit over here. The forecast called for it to get worse later today, so I'll just have to start heading down. It's so hard to leave here though, it's so beautiful. Okay, that was more daunting than I thought it was going to be. Came down right in the middle there, and it's just really awkward. Everything's slanting off towards the cliff. But I was able to contort, and it's amazing how like one little handhold, one little foothold, it doesn't have to be big, as long as it's stable, can really make a difference. Well, if I had fallen to my demise, at least I would have a pretty view to fall to. Those lakes are so pretty. Trying to find my best way back down Mount Lamarck. I came up a little higher. I thought it'd be easier if I came down a little lower, and I am lower, but it looks kind of nasty. Unless over there maybe I might be able to find a line, but that right there, those are really big boulders. So I think I'm gonna try to go down that way. And then there's Sky High right there. Don't know if I'll have enough time for that today. And then Scoble 13 something 152. All right, this is the last hard part. I guess you could call it the crux. It wasn't that hard coming up. It was just, a little tedious. Going down is always fun. It's always the harder part. I'm finding my way down, but slowly. There's a lot of loose rock coupled with stable rock. So I'm really analyzing every rock I step on just to be sure, and some are still moving. So, not putting my full weight on anything until I know for damn sure it's gonna hold. But I kind of see a use trail, if you want to call it that. I just got to cut over this way. I can see where I'm home free, but I still got some work to do. That looks really nasty right there. All right, let's get this done. Well, there's Sky High Peak. It's very tempting, but I'm kind of running out of time. It took me a really long time to get down from Lamarck. Just kind of came right across there, and it was just slow going. Not technical, just class 2, mostly stable. Maybe a few class 3 moves, but if so, very mild. There's Lamarck Call. Beginning to wonder if I should have gone that way after all. Don't know if it would have saved more time, but pretty tired now. I gotta figure out if I'm gonna do Sky High or not. I definitely want to do a Wishbone. That one looked easy. Maybe I'll just do that and save Sky High and Scuba for another day. I know we're gonna come back up here anyways because I want to try our Coal Peak. That one looks good too. So I'll figure it out soon enough. Smoke is rolling back in, so I decided to skip Sky High, Wishbone, and I'm just gonna head back to the car. I'm gonna come back up here anyway, so that's Wishbone right there. It doesn't look too hard, but I'm pretty tired. I got 2 peaks in, one failed, and I'm heading that way. Peak 12082 looks pretty fun, actually, even challenging. And in the distance, I can see Cloud Ripper and Vagabond. Last time I was up here, I was fighting a thunderstorm. So I was boogieing down, and it was coming down. It was hail, thunder, lightning. Lightning was very scary. Unfortunately, you can't park right at the trailhead unless you have a campsite. So if you're just doing day hikes, you gotta walk the road a little bit. It's not that far though, and it's pretty flat. It's only like half mile at most. Just one of the fun things about North Lake. The South Lake, you can park right at the trailhead. It's very convenient.